Hello, Sweet Tooth and Flutter Pyrox is here. Gonna play more Phoenix Attorney.
I'm not here. I'm hiding.
Justice for all.
Hiding from the justice.
Hiding from the justice.
They will not save anyone.
Objection.
Objection, smaction. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir?
I'm sorry, I didn't mention it to you.
Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system.
I just need another fire extinguisher to hit me in the head.
Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need.
Yes! No. I think I'll pass on this one.
Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems.
Or at this moment, try to kick him. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things?
Of course, I'd be honored to. I just saw it. Her shirt has bird feathers on them.
Uh-huh.
Ah, well, I guess we'll start with my name and then I'll tell you about me.
No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright. What a weird name.
Is it serious? You don't really remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back. Maybe it'll help.
This is a business card?
I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now. Please give it back, okay?
Okay. Ugh. There's some numbers written on the back.
Okay. Oh, that's your cell phone number.
It's my business card. I hand-wrote my cell phone number on the back. I guess for now, we should stop talking about me. Start talking about this case.
This case?
Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know?
What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone. But...
Cell phone?
yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir.
Hurry up then and tell me. This might be very important.
Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin.
She has a blue badger shirt. I mean, you only can see it before the text box came up.
All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. This is yours? Oh, glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. Be right there. I'm sorry. I didn't get your name. You can call me Maggie. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up. But they never did.
So where's the phone you found now?
I gave it to you yesterday.
Huh? To me? Is it that phone in my pocket? You mean this?
Do you think it has anything to do with the murder?
I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... You were here all along. Who's that?
You're so mean.
Oh!
I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up.
I'm sorry, my thieving buddy. Let's go
When I
steal.
went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left.
Aw, sorry.
Maya's back.
Ah. Now who in the heck is this? Let me guess, I'm supposed to know this girl too.
Hey, good morning, Maggie. And good morning to you, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh. And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick, the thing you wanted me to bring.
Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this, a list? Has about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it.
It was kinda tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. It looks like these guys are up to no good.
No good? As in...
There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group.
A list of unfamiliar names and phone numbers, members of con artist group. Why would a group of con artists that go to cons pop up in a case like this?
Don't look at me.
And where did you get this list from in the first place?
What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday.
Oh. Is that right?
Those numbers were in the memory that phone Maggie found.
So that's where they're from.
You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya? Actually, Mr. Wright is...
Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately.
Oops. Guess we have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick.
Okay.
Wish us luck.
That talk is old news. I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together.
You have being called old down.
And I'm not gonna lose this. I can't.
You can't? Come on, Nick. Better get a move on.
Yeah. Yeah. District Courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. Before I do, if I may, say a few words.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So as the court might be a little lenient on.
There is no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the next witness a drifter who is taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Please state your name for the court, witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Oh, alright. Go ahead. So now you introduce my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who is taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that, now that you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me a university student, but just said old evil death. Everything in my life is utmost top quality. I'm looking for the perfect top-notch, unbeatable university. I have a rigorous selection process. Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I'll be more careful from now on.
What the heck was that?
That's like as bad as Windy Oldbag. What is he, a human chatterbox?
Ugh, I have to question him? I want to do his voice.
Go ahead.
Fashion cars, women, glasses, and of course university first rates only need apply. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down, I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Oh man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso, with a PhD in drifting, as it were. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit.
Mr. Wellington, on the day of the murder, you were strolling through the park, correct?
It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a pubescent boy, out on a walk with mommy. If you must know...
Anyway, please testify to the court what you saw through your walk through the park.
See, you said it again, taking a walk. You know you... What you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington.
You like this guy?
Yeah. So this is a guy that attacked Mr. Wright with a freaking fire extinguisher.
Yep.
What the heck, man? What's wrong? What, is it like every time he hears the ringtone he goes crazy and tries to hit him?
No, we just proved that con artist numbers weren't there.
Oh.
So in other words, he had connection with con artists.
Hmm.
I don't think you want anyone finding that out.
I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was that banana that fell with the police officer. That was certainly a decisive testimony.
The banana that fell. That is pretty apt. Decisive, Nick. Did you hear what he just said?
Yeah?
That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm?
My head hurts, Maya. It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client.
The heart of the cards, Phoenix. You mean Maggie?
Yes, and if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy's lying.
That guy saw a banana.
You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. I'll find out the truth no matter how well you craft your lies, Mr. Lyington. What I saw that day. Beef Wellington.
What?
It's a food. Beef Wellington.
What's his first name again?
What is his first name?
Darn it. Oh, there we are.
Richard Wellington. Huh. It'd
be funny if it was Burt Wellington.
Burt Wellington?
Right? Sounds kind of like beef.
Yeah. So you were at the park all afternoon? You seem to have a lot of free time. And that was very rude of you. But then, what can I expect? That's what you get for a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. No-name? Trashy? Now, this might be a hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country.
How would it do that?
An arrogant little snot. Yeah, how would that affect it? I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6. Yeah, time of death is 6:28. Wait, what was that list? Can't really check it.
It's just the numbers that were in that phone. I don't think we'll help you until they start ringing up the phone.
Right. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? Do you think you can discredit me like that? You're just a third-rate biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. Sure, his arrogance is really intolerable. So what should I do now? Press harder. Answer the question. How did you know what time it was? Tisk, tisk. I can't believe I had to deal with a worm like you. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing they call a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it is even in this picture of the crime scene. Oh, so it is. I looked at that clock, and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, this whole concept of breaking an egg is all total utter nonsense. A real first class thing getting to me. To wear a watch, ha! What a ridiculous thing. People should live life freely. And yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time. In any case... I'm trying to see the red words, but I didn't see them. Because there are red words that happen when he does his rambling.
Could just make him ramble again.
Like, go back to it and press?
Yeah.
Right.
Just focus entirely on the red words now that we've heard what he has to say.
Nonsense, first class, ridiculous notion, freely. I'm not sure if that, like, meshes together yet.
I don't think it really means anything right now.
All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. And how did you know he was a police officer? You obviously have no idea how powerful my detective reasons skills are. With one glance, I could tell you what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself modern style, those cheap, low-quality shoes, and all, I suppose it was all... also because of it, he was wearing his officer's uniform. Now, shouldn't that statement have come first?
No. Well, that's pretty impressive. Hey Nick, do you think you figure out what I do?
That his voice is kind of hard to do for that witness. Even I haven't figured that out yet. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have 2 of them. Yes, even you! I don't care if I have them or not. Did you not get a clear look at her face?
That's just what the witness was about to get to. I'd like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning.
Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court. Then please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue if that's alright with you. So you're sure you are not mistaken? Please don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. I'm what you call a famous brand name product while you are only a cheap imitation. There's no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake.
Of course.
Oh, of course. Did you notice anything else of interest, witness? The only other thing I saw was the banana. Not a banana. Stop it.
Oh, I can show him the banana.
Does look like a banana. Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? But don't think you can use this as a way to pull out more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Huh? Whoa, what? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's no! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness is weird. This witness loves bananas. Okay, I gotta say that one.
Do you like bananas?
Do you like bananas, witness?
Witness, do you like bananas? It's an important question. For reasons.
Mr. Wellington loves large bananas.
Large bananas, huh? Nick? I hope you noticed the icy glares we're getting from everyone in here.
What in the world do you mean? I'll have you know I like strawberries much better than bananas. Whoops. Think it over one more time and try again, Mr. Wright. Has bad eyesight, right? By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden?
Your Honor, it's very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas.
No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who skip Galileo and your possibility. Sure, in the end, we can find out that in fact it is baseball. When viewed from afar, I do. That's why I asked you how bad your eyesight was. Stop it. There's about 2,200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then? Oh. That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them... How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are an unrelating evil man. You're like those people who Joan of Arc. She was brave and courageous, only caught And while she didn't do anything wrong, she was burned. Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness.
The height difference is only 9 feet. It's very possible for him to see the face of the culprit while standing on the upper path.
Witness. Please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony.
Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime.
What happened next? The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that that girl is the murderer. Murder. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright.
Questioning the witness.
Question him.
Get him.
Wait a second. Yeah. She ran away just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client?
Witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit.
This is true. Mr. Wright, I'm striking your question from the record.
Really? But you already said that he couldn't prove it.
Yeah. How can I get more information out of him? Immediately? As in immediately, I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen, or did they not teach that at your pitiful school? You think people learn about how to call the police in college?
I like that he's talking about how college would have taught you something, but he hasn't even gone yet.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, I think you should look at the court record for a sec. 6:45 when the call was made. What time did the police arrive? Wait a minute, does that picture show us the time?
Yeah, there's the clock.
I see.
Sorry. Let me try to make this bigger. There you go. Yeah. I think so, but I'm not sure if they show it like immediately or if it should be on this one where it says 6:45.
It says that took only 10 minutes for them to arrive.
I mean, I guess I could try it. Nah, music didn't stop. So let's try it on this one. Nope, music didn't stop. Huh. How do you know what time it was? The detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school.
Hey pal, I graduated from pretty good. I mean, top rank college.
I don't believe this. It doesn't matter. I told you I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, then that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time. Gumshoe's gonna beat you up.
What? Why you're just some lousy kid who... I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond?
They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m. They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at that time of day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there were people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. Can't find anything out of the ordinary in his testimony.
Why don't you take one more look at the court record?
Yeah, I guess I should. So what am I supposed to be seeing? I mean, Maya said something as soon as I pressed on this one. Just out of curiosity. Really? Who was that?
Is what?
Why? Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? Oh, I guess that is. Ah! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. Grr.
The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed.
15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Mr. Wellington. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. The telephone, spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions, as if you're trying to open all the layers of the Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really special. Witness? I lost my cell phone there. Are you happy? You lost it? Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that the first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that all geniuses have a strange, so by the rational sense, plain people? Enough. Oh, man. Wait. Hold on a second. He lost his cell phone?
Nick, that cell phone. Could it be?
You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. What should I do? Question further. Mr. Wellington, where's your cell phone right now? What are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my cell phone. I'll have it, you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see.
Looks like he got his phone. I thought maybe this was his.
Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have his cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by his search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. I guess you could put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Huh. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you?
You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you?
Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. It's very simple. This is the evidence that backs up my claim. Yet again, you have presented this court with an obtuse, meaningless item. Huh? It's obtuse and meaningless.
I don't get you at all, Nick. Why do you think you wouldn't need to look for a phone in the first place?
Well, that's because I was looking at the evidence and it just hit me. I thought, hey, he really didn't have to look for a phone.
Then why don't you hurry up and present that piece of evidence?
So that wasn't it. So what is it?
Why wouldn't he have
Oh, there is a booth right there. Look.
Just look in the very picture.
Right. It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. At the crime scene photo.
Is there a problem with it?
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you. No! It's a phone booth. That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Oh! Order, order.
Witness reporting a crime a little late proof for the defense.
The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, this is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness?
I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back.
But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there was no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway.
But if he wasn't looking for a cell phone, maybe he's looking for something else?
Was he? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? I gotta admit, this is like not as straightforward as the first game.
It isn't?
I don't think so. Like sometimes it does, but I mean this is supposed to be like tutorial.
Yeah, this is a tutorial case.
The tutorial is kind of hard.
Yeah, you know what? Now you can see why I got a little bit stuck on this game.
Yeah, this is actually kind of hard. We've already played through the first game, and it's like, wasn't this hard?
The first game's the one that I managed to beat.
Yeah.
This one I got stuck on the clown.
Gotta get past him.
Someone's gonna get past the clown for me?
Yeah.
I'm going for vengeance.
There's only one possible explanation. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Ugh. I probably shouldn't have said that there was only one possibility. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there it is. I had a feeling it was one of those two. I got the first one wrong. It's pretty much his glasses. There we go. Mr. Wellington. Well, what? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Huh. Well, where did you find? Ah! I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order, order. Now, wait a second. Hold on. I didn't confess to or confirm anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and search frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. But Mr. Wright, are you indicting? Indicting? Are you indicting? Hey, that's the first. Is that a spelling error?
I don't think it is.
I think it's indicating. It's supposed to be an A after C. That's the first one I've seen in the game. Are you indicating the witness as the real murderer? Of course. That is precisely what I am doing. Oh, ah! Indicting? Formally accused or charged with a serious crime. Indicting. How do you say that? Indicting? Okay, I guess you learn something new every day.
I learned 2 things during this trial.
Baseball.
Yeah, technically he's learning something.
Yeah. I know I'm right. He is the real murderer. Oh, man.
Did you figure it out, Nick?
More or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now is our chance to deep six this guy. I'll sink him in with one shot.
Yeah. It's so exciting watching you work again.
Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order, order.
Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being a murderer.
Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. This is third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Well, why, that's easy. For example, there's, the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie and not Maggie? That is a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Bird before this trial. Ah, I forgot. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name before? Yeah? It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn that the defendant's name was Maggie. Defense, please present its case. That's cell phone, right? Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? How did you?
Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with...
Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. This is telling me never pick up a lost phone in the park.
Well, technically there was a reason that he had to kill the person who had it. Hello?
Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone.
Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and give this back.
I'll be right there. I'm sorry I didn't catch her name.
You can call me Maggie.
That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. Yeah. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, and the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Eek! Order.
But Your Honor,
Every time I say order, Payne ejects.
the witness has no motive. Because normally whenever he has to say order, Mr. Wright has done some, like, roasting.
And your point is?
It's very simple, Your Honor. A person would usually not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Wellington had no reason to kill anyone.
That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright? Your Honor?
Mr. Wright?
Can you explain what motive this witness would have had? It's very simple, Your Honor.
Are you sure, Nick?
If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right?
Yeah, but...
Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive. Is it the names list?
Maybe.
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers? Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers of a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're one of those people, you're like the cops that raided the brilliant artist, you're a disruptive genius. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I want is for you to tell us what this list is all about. You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of that group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' no phone numbers are stored right there on the phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No! This is too much. That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer.
Your Honor.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness.
You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago.
Please. Please, let's think about the content of that phone call. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After all that, Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
Because he saw a police officer.
He's also in full uniform there.
Yeah. That is a valid point. What does the defendant think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense.
Then maybe we should be thinking outside the box.
Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slime ball saw something about the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner.
But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant?
I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was this something that didn't agree with the witness? What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. The girl that picked up my phone. Yep. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, he might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are... Impressive, not bad for a person with a third-grade education. What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. Evidence!
That guy is really freaking me out.
Oh, you've been waving around and talking about his suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number to this, suspicious con art group that. They're all on that phone. Who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence. You want proof that this phone is yours? I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone belongs to. We can be sure it's mine. No, it isn't mine or something like that. What? It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor. This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. Has to be something overlooked. Maybe. I mean, it's in the phone number list, right?
Yeah, but I don't think you'd store your own number.
Right.
Proof who owns it.
This phone has the names and numbers of those in the con group in its memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor. I don't believe this. What are you talking about? Well, we are trying to determine who it belongs to. Besides, you know, who knows? Maybe you went and added some of those numbers in yourself. The witness is quite right. Funny, I didn't get... I was just checking it out. I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone.
Nick, don't you remember? When you got it from Maggie, you wiped it off.
What?
You said it was sand all over it, so...
What, wiped it? I wiped it.
Pretty thoroughly, too.
Well... It's also much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons among themselves. Ugh, he's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You gotta be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my, now I remember. Huh? Looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when...
And no one noticed that.
What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes?
Nick, we worked so hard to get this far, but... if you don't do something quick, he's gonna get off scot-free.
I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who am I? Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town.
Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit.
What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Please wait, Your Honor.
All right, Nick.
I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything!
Your Honor, the cross-examination already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more insane questions.
You will not harass the witness, is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor.
Allow me to harass the witness.
I want to harass him. Very well. This is your last chance, Mr. Wright. Harass at your leisure. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I only get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sure you're well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period ended.
Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Please present the one piece of evidence that will explain everything. The banana?
I don't think the bananas will explain much more. So what would explain things?
I have no idea.
Well, I think the question is, if you have his phone, whose phone does he have?
But it wouldn't be the names list to do that, right?
I don't think calling up con artists will help us.
Oh, he stole Phoenix's phone.
If they're the exact same, then it's easy to get those confused.
Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Judge's business card. Oh my god.
You still can't read it even though the ink is strong and clear.
Wait, what am I doing? This isn't a time to be exchanging business cards. Your Honor.
Oh, business card, Your Honor.
There's something very important about that card, and that is the name of it on the card?
The name of the card will be Phoenix Wright.
The back of the card?
Well, why is your name on the card important?
The name on that card tells people who I am. And you even told me that I'm Phoenix Wright.
What? I was like, what the fuck?
Did you not know that? Nope.
What's the meaning of this nonsense?
Mr. Wright, get a hold of yourself and start behaving like a proper lawyer.
Okay, that was worth it.
Oh my god.
Ouch, talk about a tongue lashing, Nick.
I should probably try this from a different angle. This card is important because of what's on the back.
You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but
that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone?
Huh? Right now? But Cortis is still in session.
It's okay, you'll see.
Okay, if you say so.
Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We are going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things, too.
This means he also erased all Mr. Wright's contacts.
Yep. Well, what? Why is my phone? What is this stupid sounding ringtone? Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... No, can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. And I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. What, did he die?
No, he painted for surgeon deprivation.
So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding.
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne?
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Does that happen a lot?
What?
All Mr. Payne's witnesses just get taken away and arrested?
Apparently. Well, Mr. Payne is normally the tutorial prosecutor. That's why he's literally described as not making very good points. Well, technically he has good points, but he can't describe them that well. So even if he has a very good one, he'll somehow manage to mess it up.
Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned.
I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I'm so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me.
Huh?
My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? I was 6 months old when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters.
That is, pretty bad.
Up until I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean? When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and, before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house. Oh. I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for coming one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything's my fault. Dustin's death? Your head being all messed up?
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. Next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it, I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves, too.
What a horrible day. I got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay, and that's what counts. You really had me worried, even though I didn't know of it at all. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but who are you?
What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during others. The Judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. Are you sure about that? This person. I haven't got a clue. Seems to know me, but maybe he's mistaken me for someone else. And this girl, Maya?
You finally remembered.
This is Maya Fey, my assistant.
No, your assistant's Dick Gumshoe. You hired him earlier.
This is my thieving buddy. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her.
It would have been funny if you at least had one case where Dick Gumshoe was hired by you.
Yeah. For example.
Ertsune, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you miss me.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh. Well, I'm back now. So it's time for us to create new memories together.
Yay.
We're gonna steal everything.
Alright. Sounds good. Let's steal everything. All the phone numbers are on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the beginning.
Well, there's obviously no cameras. Come on, Nick. There's no cameras or no guards here. We can just steal couches.
Yes.
Let's go to our usual burger joint.
Let's go just grab that couch while they're looking. Okay, okay.
No one actually did anything about Phoenix being attacked in the court office. So I don't think they'll do anything. We just flat out walk out with a couch, apparently.
Yeah. They never move anyways. They're just statues.
They really should have given some idle animations.
Yeah. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout, the end.
Now for episode 2, where you actually do get back, Maya.
It's a little girl.
Yeah, look at that little girl.
And cliffhanger. Alright, so
It's a cool car.
want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. Hope you have yourself a good day.
That wasn't a cliffhanger, Tom Tom. We know everything now. There was just a car.
Well, Phoenix is not driving. He doesn't even have a driver's license.
It's totally Phoenix. Well, technically it didn't. But yeah, Phoenix doesn't have a driver's license. Who is driving that car?
The murder.
The murderer?
Yeah.
I'm not saying whoever's driving that car is obviously the murderer.
Actually looks like a red car. Maybe it's Edgeworth.
Maybe it's Edgeworth?
I don't know.
It's Edgeworth or a murderer. One of the two. It can't be both at once. Because Edgeworth is a reoccurring character.
Alright, hope you have yourself a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.